Hello and welcome to the $1,500 gaming PC build of the month for November 2022, brought to you by noobcomputerbuild.com. My name is Corey. I want to jump right into the build here. First with some updates with regards to what was included in this month's build versus last month. The biggest change is Intel released their Raptor Lake CPUs. So their latest release of CPUs that actually perform phenomenally and are priced actually quite well and is included in this build now. However, everything else hasn't changed too much in the $1,500 build. I do want to mention, though, that there is upgrade potential for this build or actually it's a good time to be Intel. Let me preface. Intel's release of the Raptor Lake is very good. It's kind of in between the future state of hardware in terms of the newest release or newest kind of features that you can get, such as DDR5 memory or PCIe 5 compatibility. But that hardware, such as the compatible motherboards and the more expensive DDR5 memory, is actually quite expensive at the moment since it's quite new and would raise the budget of this build quite a bit. However, with the release of Raptor Lake, there is backwards compatibility with kind of the older hardware as well. So you can still get a DDR5 compatible motherboard or DDR4 and then get memory that's relatively affordable while still taking advantage of the newer CPUs. And just to give you an idea in terms of what that looks like, if you, I'm just looking at the motherboards right now, so you can get a Z790, the newest kind of motherboards that were released with in tandem with this launch of the Raptor Lake CPUs. However, you'd be looking at like $200+ just to get into that space, but you could go for a better value motherboard such as a Z690. Still, and that is compatible with DDR4 memory. Still, you're looking at $160 minimally right now to kind of get into even those higher end boards. But if you do want to get a higher end board, I would suggest a Z690 right now anyways. And you can get one that's DDR5 compatible as well. So if we jump in here and we want a board that is compatible with DDR5, you're looking at $190 kind of minimum. So going back to our $1,500 build, this build takes advantage of the new Raptor Lake while still using the older tech, but the kind of the highest, kind of giving you the best bang for your buck in terms of performance at the moment in this space. But it also leaves you open for upgrade compatibility in the future. So let's get started. The $1,500 build is for those that really do want to game into extreme settings, all the way up to at 1440p, all the way into 4K resolutions, and it kind of gives you a lot of playroom with all the games on the market right now. So it's kind of that build that'll do anything you want, while still leaves a little breathing room for upgrades in the future. So the CPU with the $1,500 gaming PC build of the month is the Intel Core i5-13600K, brandly new release CPU. This replaces the previous 12600K or 12600 from last month, and just for a little more, the cost isn't too much different. I think it was $279.99 for the 12600K, and this comes in at $300 at the moment. So the CPU is the Intel Core i5-13600K. To be included with that, it doesn't come with a cooler, so we're including the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Black Edition RGB cooler here for $54.99. Motherboard here is the Gigabyte B660M DS3H DDR4 motherboard, $109.99. Relatively affordable motherboard that probably has most of what anyone needs at the moment. Like I was mentioning, you could bump up to a Z690 board. But then if we go over here, you're going to spend a lot more money. So you can get one that's DDR4 compatible, but you do have the option to go, if you want to go full scale up to DDR5 memory and take advantage of that, you can just swap out this motherboard and get one of those Z690 boards. Jumping over back to the $1,500 build here. So the graphics card for this one is the Zotac RTX 3080 graphics card this month for $779.99. This is, keep in mind, this overall graphics cards have gone up a little bit just in respect to last month. This is the 10 gig version at $779.99. If you do want to bump it up and get the kind of a little more performance with your GPU, you can get a 12 gig card, RTX 3080, which I would also recommend, but if you have the available budget, but it'll cost you about $100 plus more. Memory we have is the Corsair Vengeance LPX 16GB kit, DDR4 memory here, $63.99. For storage, we have a Crucial P2 1TB NVMe SSD, $76.99 this month. Power supply is the Be Quiet Pure Power, 850 watt at $129.90. And then the case, we switched it up this month just to bring the cost down just a little bit, but I love these cases. I've included these in the builds in at least one of the builds every single month, which is the NZXT H510 for $83.99. And this build does come in a little over the $1,500 threshold this month at $1,599.84 at the moment at the start of November 2022 here. So that does it for this whole build. Like I said, there's some room for upgrades here. So if you do scroll around, you can see, if you visit the site noobcomputerbuild.com, you can see the build. Plus, we have upgrade suggestions, but just kind of high level here. If you do want to, spend a little more on a motherboard, you could do that and take advantage of a higher quality board. But if you don't need to do anything too fancy with this build, such as you're not going to do any extreme overclocking or anything like that, or want to take advantage of DDR5 or PCIe 5 tech, this will do the trick. This is all you need to kind of get gaming at these sorts of resolutions and gaming presets. But yeah, if you have any comments, leave a comment at the site, noobcomputerbuild.com. But until next month, best of luck building your gaming PC.